Welcome to Web Handling. My name is Dave Roysum. I am super excited to continue our new mini-series based on our new must-have Web Handling Handbook. We will continue our wrinkling theme from the last 2 weeks. In this clip, we will show how to read a lot more useful information about wrinkles than you might have ever thought possible. These tools will supplement visual troubleshooting given previously and take your trials and DOEs to the next level of determinative. I know your time is precious, so let's get started. So why bother learning how to read a wrinkle? I will give you 2 simple and compelling reasons. The first is that wrinkles and flatness issues are a major cause of waste, delay, and customer complaints in the collective web industries, if not also in your own plant. The second is that we can extract more information, far more information, from simple observation than you would ever have thought possible. So how do we go about this process of reading a wrinkle? It is simple. It is only 2 steps, and each step is well documented. The first is learning to see wrinkles. We introduced the topic in the first clip in this series, and there's quite a bit more in Web 401.22a through F. These essential skills are also taught in great detail in my Web 101 class, as well as in our Web Handling Handbook. The second step is to learn to classify wrinkles because, again, wrinkles are not wrinkles are not wrinkles. There are perhaps 20 common types, and each is distinctly different in their causes and cures. Again, this subject is well documented, so we need not and cannot do that here. With that background, I will show you the wealth of useful information that you can get from a single, totally undocumented wrinkle picture. By undocumented, I mean that we have no idea what the web process is, or what the web machine is, or what the web material is, or what the web tension is, or what the rollers are made of, or what the roller condition is, or much of anything else. Yet, the informed web handler does not necessarily need that sometimes useful set of information to do their work. So, here is a full-size picture of one practice example taken from Figure 9.6 of our must-have 750-page Web Handling Handbook. You may want to mark this spot in the video in order to return to a bigger view in the discussion that follows. So let's get started and see what we can learn from this single undocumented photo. So what can we glean from this undocumented photo? First, we know that the web is traveling from left to right, even without the arrow that Jerry added to his photo. The reason is that the severity of the wrinkle goes from mild on the upstream end to severe on the downstream roller. In fact, it is at the threshold of QA rejection for most webs. Its severity as a count is 1. We will show this technique for quantifying wrinkles among other techniques in the next clip. Second, the major class is a diagonal shear wrinkle, which we covered in the last clip, as well as in many other places. The subcase, or root cause, as some people might call it, is in-plane roller misalignment of that roller pair as a pair. Web handlers also know by the web path and wrinkle orientation that the rollers are closer at the top than at the bottom. If you don't know this essential skill to read roller misalignment by eye, you should really think about going to school. The downstream roller, rather than the top, is not square. This requires careful observation skills and doesn't always work for small misalignments, But in this case, we would know by careful observation that the rollers lack a parallelism with respect to the presumably square frame beneath. Web handlers also know how to easily predict the maximum allowable misalignment angle at which time the wrinkle will first occur. That essential information would inform machine design and inform machine maintenance practices once a suitable safety factor is chosen, also well covered in the literature and my Web 101 school. Finally, the web handler knows that very seldom can misalignment be fixed with hand tools, and why, and what the 3 types of precision tooling that might be able to fix the problem. The techniques for precision alignment are well documented, such as might be found in articles using the Roisum Library search tool by APITTA. Wow, that is a lot of information from a single undocumented photo. There's even more than we might surmise from this photo, but that is enough for the moment. Of course, these wrinkle reading skills do not happen overnight. It will require a couple of hours of study and a few hours of practice to get a good start. To go beyond simple reading skills, you will need to have a bit of web handling background that is specific to the major case, if not also the subcase of the specific wrinkle you are working on. As a side note, we have a page of best practices in web sample collection and preservation in Appendix T of the must-have Web Handling Handbook that will also be quite useful for wrinkling as well as other defect documentation. We hope you have enjoyed this overview of how to read more into what you see when you see a wrinkle. We hope that you come away with key ideas that will help diagnose the wrinkle causes and cures with less effort and with even more effectiveness. Obviously, we can't cover the large area of wrinkling in this short clip, nor do we need to, because wrinkling is one of the best documented areas of web handling. Many of you might want to start with the free Wrinkles Troubleshooter by APITTA. This troubleshooting tree is pretty easy to use, even without a lot of training. Also, consider the wrinkle predictor that can inform roller design and maintenance practices with respect to the specific in-plane roller misalignment example that we just discussed. However, training will make troubleshooting much faster and much surer. Here, there is no better training than my award-winning and trademarked Web 101 school that has been taken by 5,000 students just like you. It is available in your plant, in public venues, as well as video on demand through AIMCAL, APITTA, and TAPPI. Here you will find most everything you need to know in 2 hours on wrinkling with another 1.5 hours on the subject of spreading, an important tool for some types of wrinkles. Finally, that and much, much more can be found in 100 pages of the Web Handling Handbook. However, don't be intimidated because each chapter begins at the most basic entry level, something that a lead operator should be able to easily follow, and then proceeds in steps to the latest research on the subject. Thank you so very much for joining me in this mini-series showcasing some of the crown jewels from our new book. Stay tuned for the next clip where we will detail how to quantify wrinkle severity using several different methods. These will make DOEs and trials quicker and more determinative. If you have a topic you would like to hear about, let me know in the comment section below. If you found anything interesting or useful here, please like and share with a colleague, supplier, or customer that may be unnecessarily troubled by wrinkles. See you next time.